Yo guys, what's going on? SJ again, bringing another video on my channel. So in today's video, we are just going to be running through a quick tutorial on the extreme basics of SFM, so that you guys can learn to make a basic SFM poster for profile pictures, thumbnails, channel banners, or just for the fun of it. Okay, so when you open up SFM, if it's for the first time, I don't know if you'll get this, but you should. And we're just going to be creating a new session. We're not going to go into recent sessions, but if you have a current session that you're already working on, then obviously you will open your recent. Okay, I'm going to start off with a name. We're going to go tutorial 1 because I intend to make more tutorials. Okay, so we're going to create that. That says no map loaded, so we're going to need to fix that right away by right clicking on this and loading a map. We're gonna go with upward because that is a standard TF2 map. So this process may take a while depending on your PC, but once it is done, you should have access to the full map of upward. It is important to note that you will not be able to move around elements of the map, or at least as far as I know, and at this stage, if you are on this tutorial, you probably won't need to anyway. Okay, so now that my map has loaded, I can edit any camera's position by clicking on the viewpoint, I guess, and you use the WASD keys to move around. The spacebar does not do anything. So you see this session here. This is what I use. It's a secondary viewpoint, and it's what I use to have on my camera while I'm using the work camera to manipulate a model. So we're gonna come around, I reckon. You want to find a nice place on the map, and once we're here, we are going to add in our camera. Now this is the camera that it will create the poster from, so camera 1. Now I can switch through them by either clicking on it or by going change scene camera, and I can create a new camera if I so wish. So for now, we're just going to stay on work camera here, and you can see that is my camera. That is its point of view, and this is it over here. So if I want to manipulate it at all, see, I am doing that here. Okay, so if you want to add in a model, we're going to go with a soldier. So you want to scroll through until you find tf_movie player hwm soldier.mdl. So this is your standard soldier. You're going to add him in, and he's going to spawn him right in front of the camera with his crotch pointed right at you. So to move the soldier around, you're going to need to get out of the shot editor and into the motion editor. So just the next one over, or you can go into the graph editor. But it gets complicated there. So we're going to go into the motion editor, and you need to have the soldier selected. So it comes up with all the soldier's bones, but we are just going to be using the root of transform for this video. So this allows us to move it across on any plane, and you can alter it by clicking on these ones here. So this, I'm pretty sure, is free transform. This is rotational, and this is just your left and right, up and down. Okay, so we're going to manipulate the soldier to move him into a place that we want for our poster. So for this case, since it's a thumbnail, I'm going to have him off to the side to leave room for some text. I'm going to rotate him so he's facing the camera, and then I'm going to put him down just a little bit. So now for classes that have items added onto them, for the soldier example, he has his grenades and his helmet. The grenades you can edit by going into soldier, add, and then you come down. Can never find it, but it is in here. Grenade top, grenade bottom, and you can just move them around freely if you don't want any grenades on your soldier. For things like the hat, we can go helmet and none, or you can go helmet and you can add on a bandage, which I think is pretty cool. I've used it in one of my thumbnails in one of my really old videos that you probably shouldn't watch because it was terrible. So since you want to put a hat on the soldier, we're going to have to get rid of his helmet, otherwise there's going to be clipping issues. And we are going to add a hat now. So you want to, so I probably went through that too fast. You're going to add Team Fortress item, and then we are going to go and add the team captain to our soldier. Now if you have a blue soldier, or if you want a blue soldier, I should say, you select right click, set skin to 1, and the same for hats. Obviously some hats do not have a blue counterpart, hence you will not be able to select the skin, but we want him as red for this video. Okay, so just to alter the zoom a bit, we're going to go and use the scroll wheel in our camera. Okay, now we're going to add another Team Fortress item, and we're going to add the Antarctic Parker this time, because I like the Antarctic Parker. You can add most TF2 cosmetics through this. Otherwise, you'll have to go into model and use the ones from the workshop. For example, the Blue Moon update, they added the wipeout, there we go, wipeout wraps, and you'll have to, I'll do a tutorial on that another time. It gets a bit weird. But for now, all you need is the add Team Fortress item. So now that we've got our cosmetics, I'm going to add one more, that being the Bruiser's bandana. Okay, and for some items, I don't know how to do it on the Bruiser's bandana, but for say the Villain's Veil, you can go and set skin, and then you can set it along, and that will change what it looks like on the thing. I can't quite remember how to do it for the Bruiser's bandana because I've not used this item in SFM for so long. So now we don't really want our soldier to be looking like this. He looks a bit standard. So we're going to right click on our soldier again. We're going to go import sequence, and here is where you have all your taunts, you have your reloads, you have pretty much everything you'll need for a basic SFM poster. And we are going to just scroll down, and we're going to go animation, start pose, we can go taunt, we can go idle, we can go practically anything we really wanted to. You have all the weapon taunts, and then you have some of the you know, the normal taunts. I'm sorry, my brain is a bit out, I'm a bit sick today. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to stick with something fairly standard, and we are going to go with taunt 1, the maggots taunt. And now we're going to move the timeline along, or you can just hit play and pause it when you want. Okay, we're going to get it to a spot that we like. Here we go. I do believe that suits. And we are going to position the camera accordingly. You want to change things throughout just so that everything looks nice. Okay. So now that we have our soldier, he's quite dark in comparison to the background, so we're going to want to add in a couple of lights. Now to move the light around, you're going to bring the light over to your work camera, and you're going to change it to motion editor. And then from here you can alter the light around however you wish. You can also go and alter the intensity down here, or you can add in volumetrics, but I will get into that in another. This is just a really basic tutorial. So we're going to bring the intensity down of that one. We're going to alter the color a little, so it's mostly red here. And if we go into this, it's looking a lot better now. But it's very shiny and very bright in general. So we're going to create an animation set for an existing element, and the only one we have is camera 1. So we're going to bring camera 1. I like to put my cameras at the top. Doesn't really actually affect anything. But we're going to have to go into the graph editor and select our camera now whenever we want to move it. But it allows us to alter our focal distance. You can see on my light 2, change that to work camera. On light 2, on work camera, you can see that box is moving. That is our focal distance, and that's basically what the camera is going to be focusing in. We can then make it a bit blurry behind by increasing the aperture, and that makes the soldier stand out a little more. We can also, if we right click on our camera, show an element viewer as a camera. I'm going to increase the depth of quality to 12, which means it will take longer to render, and my bloom to 3, because I'm not so much of a fan of the bloom. So now I think that poster looks far better than it did prior to us doing that. So guys, now that we have our SFM poster all ready to go, we're going to go File, Export, Poster, and then you're going to want to save it as a JPEG, and then you want to change the directory, so where it's going to be saved basically. So I'm going to go Admin, Pictures, and then I'm going to say Tutorial 1, and then I will save. Export the poster, and it will render it. So guys, this was basically just a really extremely basic SFM tutorial. Obviously this software, you've seen, I would assume that you've all seen at least one of the winglets animations. You can create some amazing things. I am nowhere near being able to create things like that. However, I do hope you guys found this helpful. I will be doing some other tutorials, such as adding in particle effects, freehand animating, so like not using a sequence and just positioning the model by yourself, along with how to paint cosmetics in SFM, because that is, a lot of people don't know how to do that, and it is quite a handy tool to have. Okay, so as always guys, I hope you did enjoy this. If you have any further questions, feel free to join my Discord server and contact me there. Apart from that, I hope you all have a swell day, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.